People were talking about me making tier lists or something like that, and they thought this was mine, but that's not mine. I just found that randomly. But I'll go ahead and decide to do one. Sure, I put it on my second channel because this is like sort of lower tier content. It's not what I would usually put on my main, but I'll still do it because these are fun to watch, I guess. I want to do F tier first. First one is Freezer, dude. We don't even need to talk about why Freezer is so garbage. Next is Rocketeer. This is good for the early waves, but for the price and the tower limit placement, it really sucks. It's really bad for mid to late game, dude. It's a garbage tower. Would not recommend. And Motor is gonna go right next to it too. For the 75 level unlock or the $10 fee if you want to pay to play it, it's so bad. It is garbage, dude. Even if you max it out, this stupid Tower 5 thing just makes it dog water, dude. And it costs us way too much. Way too much, dude. I'm gonna put Medic here as well. If it could overheal your base, I could see this being actually worth your time using, but it doesn't. And the ability, it doesn't even work right now. And even if it did work, if the medic tower got fireballed by the Molten King or boss, it still gets stunned, so you can't use that ability right then and there, and that's what makes it kind of a crappy tower. Commandos, just a god awful tower. I did a video where I spent this much money and it did so bad. It was so garbage for the price you pay for it. It was good. I remember this being good when it first came out, and then Below just nerfed it to the ground, and no one really cares for it, dude. That's kind of what Below likes to do a lot. Slasher is another easy F tier as well. It got nerfed to the ground. It sucks. I think that's it for like the bad towers I would never bother to use. Now I'm gonna go with C tier. C tier's Golden Soldier. You're paying such a huge price. Tower isn't really worth it, and this is why it's one of the worst golden towers. Right next to the flamethrower guy. The range is nice. It's just that it sucks because it does speed up zombies, and the damage isn't that great either. I'm gonna put in Scout in here as well. This kind of sucks for the late game waves and mid game waves as well, but for early game, of course, it's good, dude. I'm gonna put Sniper right next to here as well. It does have a huge range, but it takes up cliff tower space, and for the damage it does, it kind of sucks when you're playing with public lobbies and you're taking up space for someone who could place down a ranger or outlaw. That's what really makes it a cruddy tower. Might as well put in the normal pyromancer as well. It's just that you're not getting ripped off for paying 50,000 golden coins for it. It sucks just because it speeds up zombies. And the defense melting for it, that's only useful in Fallen. If you're not playing Fallen, that is totally worthless. Militant as well in here. It really does suck seeing such a good tower like John, because John was good for early wave and late wave as well, versus Militant, it kind of has no place. You spend so much money just for it to be good at mid wave, and then that's it. It starts to suck a lot, just like the normal soldier do. It's a bad tower. Might as well put in Golden Cowboy in here as well. I would break this up more had it not been for the slight nerfs to it, and you are paying a big price for this, and it kind of sucks. But normal Cowboy, yeah, it's around B tier, I'd say. I think it's it for the C tiers. For the B tiers, Golden Scout is really good for early waves, I feel like, and mid as well. Same thing with Golden Minigunner as well. I would rank this one a lot higher, but there's a bug going on with the damage and it's not working properly. And it could be better for the price you're paying for. Golden Crook Boss as well. Soldier is also not a bad tower at all for the coin unlock. It is actually really good. It could be better, but it is not by all means a terrible tower. It just sucks in late game, but that kind of makes sense. E-Shocker, I would put around a B tier. You're paying so much just to stun them for like a tad bit. I guess at the max stage it is quite useful, but that costs so much, and the damage is not really that much worth it if you just spam Sledger. Sledger is way better, and it does both damage and freezes them. Pursuit, I would give it a B tier. I would rank this more up in the rank list, but the problem I find with it a lot is that it locks onto the wrong zombie, and there's a slow boss in the front that slowly creeps up all the way around the map and kills me. And it was, oh cool, had the pursuit tower locked onto it, I probably would have survived that. but it didn't do that. It just locked on to something else that was not endangering me. So that's why I'm gonna give it a lower ranking than that. I forgot about paintballer. I don't know. F sucks. Shotgunner, I'm gonna put him around a B tier. This would have been an easy A tier had it been for the SWAT van still in the game, but that got removed. It's not a bad tower, it's just that the range for it kind of sucks, which makes sense. I just wish it had more damage because I think you're better off using Gladiator or Sledger. Cool, now it's A tier. Patrol is pretty good, or the Jeep tower. Military base, whatever the hell it's called. I don't know. This game stole so many towers, dude. This one is really good for stealth detection just because you don't really need to invest that much, and it was highly used because of the bug that would slow down all the zombies. But I really like the way these towers look. I just wish that the higher end wave, the higher end stages of it was a bit better, like the railgun tank, maybe give it more health or something like that. This little plane tower is pretty good for early to mid game. It has a good value, but it does suck at late game as it's pretty much worthless as the DPS doesn't really do a whole lot for you. Toxic Gunner is around an A tier. I feel like this would easily be an S tier tower, but since it doesn't really slow down bosses as much as it used to, that's what kind of makes it a tower. But it does slow down the rest of them, so that is actually really good. I might as well put it in Sledger next to here as well. I would give this an easy S tier slot had it not been for the placement cap. That's really dumb, and that's what makes it not as much of a good tower. Had that been removed, I can see players just doing a solo with just that tower only, and that would make it an easy S tier tower. I forgot about Frost Blaster, B tier. I feel like I could freeze more. The DPS for it is kind of good, but you are paying a lot for that. Same with Swarmer. I think the ability for it is broken or something, but I do remember this shredding bosses. I think that was a bug or something. That got fixed and kind of downgraded now. Turret is an A tier tower. What makes it a bad tower is the tower placement. I don't like that at all. I think that's a really stupid balance. It's just lazy and dumb. But easy S tier had it been that you could place down way more. That would be awesome, dude. Crook Boss, I feel like is around an A tier. You do get this tower pretty early on in game for free unless you pay to play it, and even if you do pay to play it, it's kind of a good value. It's not too terrible, and the DPS is pretty big, but you do pay a lot for it, but you do get those little crook bosses. Now it's time for the S tier guys. Commander, easy S tier, dude. I don't really need to explain a whole lot. Nico DJ, easy, dude. Like, this is almost used in every single strat. You need the DJ for the range buff. Accelerator, actually, I'm gonna put this lower. I don't like how it costs so much, yet you can only place on eight of these. Had it been no cap on the tower, I would give it an easy S tier, but because you can only place on 8, that's what makes it a bad tower. But yeah, on its own, it's really good for the value you get. Minigunner, I would say, is around an S tier as well. This is an early game. I just wish the coin unlock for it was cheaper, as you can unlock it at rank 5, but you can't buy it until like rank 20 or something like that, which is just really stupid. I don't understand. Actually, screw that. A tier. No, B tier, because of that stupid little thing. Fragger is actually a really good gym, dude. Not only does it outclass Rocketeer and Motor, but for the value, it's actually really good. I was shredding Molten Titans with this tower paired up with Commander, dude. This is such an amazing little cheap tower that's meant for noobs, but it's actually not that bad going on from early wave all the way to late wave. It is going to struggle on the bosses like Molten Boss, which makes sense because that's a giant boss, dude, but it is still such a really good value tower. Gladiator, again, easy S tier, dude. Like, this can shred, especially with its like little damage buff perk as well, and it's a pretty good value as well, despite being a little range sword tower. This pairs up really nicely with the DJ for the increased range. Ranger, I would actually, no, A tier, because the placement limit does get in the way, and that's what makes it kind of a cruddy tower. That's what makes it lower than what it should be. But yeah, really good value. The range is Yeah, the range is OP, dude. The range is massive, and the DPS you get, nice. It just only sucks because it can't detect stealth, but that's not really a deal breaker, considering that you can place down some other towers to support it. Farm isn't easy at S tier, dude. Like, you need farms if you want to beat the game more faster, I guess. I guess the only drawback is you can only place down 8, but I haven't really seen this being too much of a problem, considering that you kind of need to place down towers that attack anyways, so you don't want to invest too much into farms because you'll actually start to kill yourself because of that. But I would like to see the tower placement removed, just because if you have friends that are defending for you, one player could just spam down farms and keep grinding on that, and then sell all of them at once at the last wave and just spam by a bunch of really expensive towers. Now it's time for the exclusive ones. I don't know these two, so I'm not gonna rank them. Like, I have not played with them that much to give a rank. Sentry, I think, sucked because of a bug. This little tower, I feel like it would be an A tier for the money you get in value out of it. It's really OP as it stands for right now. 5,000 health that can kill a multi-titan just by ramming into it. But the range is not fixed for it. But if the range was all the way across the map, probably S tier, dude. And then War Machine, I feel like it's around a A tier. It's so expensive, but at the same time, it does damage buff all the towers around you. So it is actually not that bad of a deal. It is very expensive, though. You do have to consider that into factor. And I think that was it, dude. Yes, I did it, dude. I made my own tier list. I hope you guys agree for the most part with this tier list. Do take into consideration of the placement factor. Had it not been in place, a lot of these towers would be S tier. Like Turret, S tier, dude. Ranger, S tier, dude. Sledger, S tier, dude. What's another tower that sucks because of this stupid tower limit thing? I think that's actually really it. Yeah, that's it. Pursuit, it does have a tower limit, but I kind of understand for it because it is a tower that moves around, and you don't want too many of them being deployed because it'll create lag. So I do understand why. But for turrets, I mean, for towers that don't do that, it's stupid and lazy, and it's just seen as a, oh yeah, we balance it.